So today I'm going to present the topic on Azure Cognitive Search. So if you see, are you able to see my screen?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Manjula.
Okay. So if you see organizations of all sizes, every organization has lots of data, and keyword searches through these data becomes difficult when it is unstructured. So this is where the Azure Cognitive Search comes in. So it is an AI-powered platform as a service. So what is it? So it is the only cloud-based search service with built-in AI capabilities. So it is actually not a search in Azure. It is a search of our own data. That is whatever data we have to search. So that's the data that it will be using for searching. So it empowers developers to build rich search experiences into their apps and websites. So all that we need to do is like we can just add a search box and connect it to a Azure-based cloud service, and then we will get a rich search experience. So it can uncover insights from all types of content by using cognitive skills for vision, language, and speech, and custom machine learning models. So what does it offer? So it actually offers advanced features like full text search, semantic search, and geospatial search. The semantic search actually it uses ML, advanced ML techniques to understand the user intent. That is what the user really wants to search for. And also the results are also shown relevantly. So it contextually ranks the most relevant search results. So the developers can spend more time for innovation and less time to maintain. It's highly scalable, can handle large volumes of data and search queries, and it can also integrate with other Azure services such as Azure Blob Storage, SQL database, and functions. So let us see the features that it offers. Keyword search, faceting. Faceting is facets are smart filters. So based on the context that we are searching, dynamically facets will be shown in the search. And we have language analyzers. So a default analyzer called Lucene is used in Azure Cognitive Search, which is language agnostic. That is, whereas if we want to use any particular language analyzer, we can set it. And fuzzy matching. So fuzzy matching is like if you misspell a word or like or if you make any typo, it guesses the right word and then it searches. Geospatial searches like you can search for hotels nearby, or you can search for a place within 10 kilometers or something like that. So that is geospatial search. Then also there is autocomplete or suggestions. Then we have the semantic search. Semantic search is like, suppose you are searching capital of France. So what your intent is, you want the capital of France, whereas the search can look into capital amount related search. So we can specify it as a semantic search, and then we can get the correct result. Then also there is a scoring and synonyms. So if you search for a word, it will search for its synonym also, instead of you typing the alternate term. So this is a search site, demo site. So if you type it wrongly, you will have the suggestions, autocomplete, and you have the filters and facets. Then you have the ranking. And you have geospatial queries. So if you are searching for a job within 10 kilometers, so that is geospatial queries. There is paging, and the results are shown as snippets and highlights. So where does this search service fit in? Excuse me. So the Azure Search Service fits in between the content and the app. That is, the user can search for any text. Before that, the content that needs to be searched will have to be stored in Azure. So a search service is actually, it stands between the external data stores and the client's query. So what happens is the data source or the content is indexed and stored. And then when we query, it refers to that index and gets the data. So inside the search service, we have two primary workloads, indexing and then querying. So indexing is the intake process that loads content into your search service and makes it searchable. And querying is once the index is populated with searchable text, a client application can send query requests and then can retrieve the results. So there is a pipeline involved, which involves 3 steps: ingest, enrich, and explore. So ingest is you get the data into an Azure cloud, your data, and then after that you enrich it with skills. Just a minute. So you enrich it with skills and then you explore. So you will have the indexer and the query. Okay, so how do we use it? So as developers, so we don't have to create this powerful search capability. We just have to use it like the underlying architecture is provided by Azure, and we just have to use it in our application. And then we can create search indexes to hold the data, either structured or it can be unstructured. So how do we create and use it? So we can create an Azure Cognitive Search service first. Then we need to create a Azure search index. Then start using the search in our applications. So we can create either using Azure Portal, Azure PowerShell, Azure CLI, and the management REST APIs. You can use either of this. So this is a screen wherein we can create the Azure Cognitive Search Service. So the first step is you have to create the search service. So we need to log into Azure portal, and then we need to create a resource. So we need to create the resource. We specify it as Azure Cognitive Search. So the wizard actually shows the first basics, and we need to specify the subscription and the resource group. So in instance details, we need to specify the URL. URL is actually you need to specify a name for the service, and it will create a URL which we can use it for use it in our applications when we do a API call. Then we need to select the location and then a pricing tier. So pricing tier options are free, basic, standard. So once we create it, we get a API key and then the endpoint. So once you create a search service, the next is we need to create a search index. So step one is you need to start the import data wizard and then create a data source. So data source can be your SQL DB or any image file, Azure Blob storage, it can be anything. Then we have the add cognitive skills. So here, actually, we can specify what cognitive we want, whether we want image search. So we can specify what all cognitive services we need. So all that can be specified in this step. Next is we need to configure the index. So you can see metadata. So all these are metadatas from your input data. And we can specify whether it is retrievable or searchable. So when we do a search, so we need to specify what all we need. And here we can specify what all that will be available in the result. So that is retrievable. Then we have the searchable. And the last step is you configure the indexer. So this actually drives the process of indexing. So you give a name, then you specify the schedule, like how often the indexing should happen, hourly, daily, etc. So this is the second step that you do. This is the fourth step in search index. First is you create a service. Next is you create an index. Then you need to use it in your application. So you create a search service. Then you configure it with an index and data source. Okay. So if we want to use, implement it in our .NET application, so as I mentioned, we need to create the service, then the index, then within the .NET application, we need to add the NuGet package, Azure search documents. After that, we need to create a search client instance in which we need to specify the endpoint and the API key. Then we need to use it to query the results. So this is a sample code. It's a simple one. So we need to use Azure search documents. So we add those namespaces. After that, we need to specify the endpoint. So endpoint is the service that you created, and then API key, and then we need to create a search client. After that, we need to specify the options. So what all we need to search, that is what is the search results and how it has to be ordered. And then the next step is, it's like you need to execute the search query. So my document is this. You need to create a class named my document. It can be any name, which will receive the results. And from that schema, you can show it in your application in any way. So these are some of the demo sites that Microsoft has created. So this is a search Microsoft has created, like John F. Kennedy files. You can search for Kennedy. So it searches through documents, images, OCR files, etc. So you have any questions?
I have one question, Manjula ma'am. So which is,
Yes.
so I see that, the recent search that you had made, searches through the document, PDF document, and it shows the result. Is that right?
It goes through the images.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Blob storage files.
Image files. Okay. So would it be
Yes.
possible to perform this search on PDFs also? Meaning, I want
Yes.
to, search for a specific content inside a PDF file. So would it be possible to find that content within PDF or a Word document? Or
Yeah. Yes, actually.
okay.
Like so in this step, we can
Okay.
specify what are the data sources that we use, that we want to search for. So here we can specify the name of the PDF, and then we can specify the type. And then, so this, so it will allow us to change the data source.
Okay. Okay.
But we need to mention the type.
Right.
So we can search from Azure SQL database, Azure Cosmos DB. So Cosmos DB is for storing non-SQL data. So from there also you can search.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So the Azure site says this is the only search service that has built-in AI capabilities.